If you're new to the channel, welcome to my channel. Welcome to the fam. If you're not new, welcome back welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the fam. Here I show you guys how I do my tumblers, showing y'all tips and tricks that I learned along the way. Everything that I use in my videos is super affordable. We talk about tumbler materials. I do reviews. I'm going to be touching on how to grow your business as a crafter and more. If there is a topic that you want to see that I haven't touched on, please put it in the comment section of any one of my videos, and I will get to it as soon as I can, as fast as I can. If I can't get to it as far as like detailed because something might be already planned or in progress, then I could do a quick tutorial on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever works for you, and then come back and do a detailed video on here. Or if not, I'll just go ahead and do a detailed video here, and you might get 2 posts in 1 week. Who knows? 2022. Who knows in 2022? But anyway, everything that I'm using in today's video will be in the description link below. Everything I use is super affordable. Some of my links will include affiliate links. You do not have to use my affiliate link. I'm just telling y'all where to go. You do not have to use the products that I recommend. It's totally up to you. If it doesn't have a link, then I'll put the store or the location that I got it from. And yeah, that's that. Now, if you read by the title, not to the good stuff, if you read by the title, today's video we are going to be doing a Milky Way tumbler, and this is a black, gold, and white Milky Way tumbler. This colors and stuff, and it's a foil tumbler as well. I don't know if y'all can see the foil. But this tumbler was inspired by New Year's, because today is January the 1st, 2022. Happy New Year! I'm obsessed with this tumbler. More Milky Ways to come. I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing YouTube videos on them, but if you guys want to see them, let me know. But yeah, this right here is the tumbler that we're going to be doing today. Some of the footage for this tumbler did not catch as far as the foil flakes and stuff like that. So if you want to know how I did the foil flakes, you gotta watch the whole video, because at some point with that voiceover I threw in what I did with it. But yeah, so without further ado, let's talk tumblers. Grab your cups, grab your tea, grab your wine, grab whatever you got to grab, and let's get to work. See you in a little while.
All right, y'all, let's get into it. So today we're going to be using a 24-ounce plump from the Steel Magnolia. This is one of my absolute favorite tumblers to work with. It seems like it's just the perfect size for whatever. So y'all will be seeing a lot more of those. So as you can see, the consistency of my acrylic paint, that's how I like it, bubblegummy-y, so that way it doesn't move across the cup. I love that texture. The colors that we're using is a white from Hobby Lobby, a metallic gold from Walmart, and then a copper penny color that I got from I think it's either Llama or Llama from Target, which is this color right here. And I've got my big epoxy sitting to my left, and then I got my mini epoxies on my right. This is what I'm gonna use to base coat it. I am not using a lot at all. As you can see, it's a little bit in there and it's probably too much, but the goal of this is to have less epoxy as possible, but to have enough to where everything flows together. It'll catch the glitter, it'll catch the paint, it'll catch all this. So I think at this point I was looking for something in the video. Yeah, I was looking for my glitters and trying to get my glitters together. And as you see, my tumbler is not all the way black. I did want some of the white to show, the white spray paint, because that's just how I like to do my tumbler sometimes, especially when I'm doing like these kind of effects, because it kind of just gives it an extra pop. But it's totally up to you what you want to do. I use the Rust-Oleum flat black to prep it in the Rust-Oleum flat white to prep it. So as you can see, I'm just putting it on with my finger so that I don't overdo it. The goal is to be able to struggle a little bit without breaking the tumbler. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just putting enough to get good coverage, to make sure everything flows together. And that's just pretty much this process. The thing about the epoxy on the tumbler is it's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be hard. And that's kind of what I'm getting right now. Everything that I'm using, I will put in the description. I will also include time lapses. If there's a link, I'm gonna put a link in there. If there's not a link, I'll tell you where I got it from, because I want to share with you guys. Just don't buy it all, okay? Do not buy it all, because then I'll be mad. I'm joking, I'm kidding, I kid. So yeah, we just at this point adding the epoxy on the tumbler, and that's it. The best way to apply it, and make sure you get the edges. The edges is important. The edges is important and the bottom is important. So make sure you're getting both. So at this point, I'm gonna take my little finger again, and I think I wiped some of that off on the stick. Because it was too much on there. So I seen where I missed some spots. I'm just gonna go back and add it. And if you guys was wondering, I am using Tumbler epoxy from the epoxy resin store. I do have a discount code if you guys would like to try any of their epoxy resins, or anything in their store. I'll add my affiliate link in the description below. The glitters that we're going to be using is from Glitz and Bling Boutique, of course. If you haven't tried it, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? I don't get it. What are you waiting for? I'm currently revamping the site, so that's what it is. I'm gonna hit that thing with the torch. As you see, you don't see much flame because I do not like to put the flame on the epoxy. I like to give it that heat, so that way I can see those little micro bubbles pop, and all that other good stuff. And I'm doing it really fast, even though it looks really slow on here. So also, I am doing this with the mask on inside of the house. My craft room is in front of a window, so the window is open, the fan is going. I can't smell a thing. The inside can't smell a thing. That's what you want if you're gonna do it on the inside. Plus, this epoxy doesn't have like a huge smell, so it is safe. Well, I would say it's okay to do it in an area that's away from others. I'm not gonna say it's safe because no epoxy is safe. So as you can see, this bubblegum texture, look at it. I'm going to take my finger and just go around. I'm not chasing the tumbler. I'm actually waiting on the tumbler, so that way I can keep my line that I got going on. And I know y'all probably like, well, why are you doing this so soon? Stay tuned for the trick, okay? Stay tuned for the trick. So I'm just gonna keep going, and as you can see, the sun is kind of changing, so my light is probably gonna change in a little while. And I do like this bubblegum texture where it's really sticky, because as you see, it's not moving. With the epoxy, it's staying in place. I'm able to go back over it. Love this texture. So we're gonna go in with our metallic gold paint that I got from Walmart, and that texture is the same. And we're just gonna go through it. I'm not scrubbing it hard. I'm just letting my finger glide. That's all. My finger is just gliding. Look at it. Oh, no, I'm joking. But this color is absolutely pretty. Only good things about it. And you can tell if you go too hard, because you see how at the beginning of my streak, like when I first started, it had like a whole bunch of separation. And that meant my glove was too deep into it. So, therefore, had to go back over it. I am not doing the bottom either. I forgot to tell you guys, I'm not doing the bottom. The bottom is going to just be strictly glitter. It might be a little bit that gets on it on the bottom, but that's okay. I'm not doing the bottom as a Milky Way. So I'm going in with this Llama paint that I got from Target. This paint is absolutely beautiful. However, I would never use this as a base paint for epoxy, or not for epoxy, but to paint your tumbler, because it does wipe off or come off. So unless I'm applying it in epoxy, that's the only way that I will use this paint. It is really pretty and rich, but again, it's not Mod Podge friendly. It's not glitter glue friendly. It's not none of that friendly. Even when you let it dry for 24 hours. So I would not recommend you using this as a base coat to apply glitter or to base your tumbler unless you're doing it in epoxy. So now we're gonna get ready to apply these glitters. Ooh, I love me some good glitters. So the first one we're going in with is Ani from Glitz and Bling Boutique. And I'm gonna just start sprinkling it. Now, Ani is a mixed black, purple, red. It's giving life. Ooh, look at that sparkling. Look at that sparkle. But it's a mixed color black to give it a little shine. And I'm doing it right beside the white. Right beside the white paint. This is just going to give it a little bit more pop. That is pretty. So now we're gonna go in with Gold Mine. Ooh, I went heavy-handed with Gold Mine by accident. And we're just gonna go in with that. It's so pretty. It's a chunky mix holographic glitter. And that is gonna be mostly the biggest part of the tumbler. I wanted it to be like the accent of the tumbler was that Gold Mine, because it's just so pretty. And I know I missed some spots, but you'll see me cover those up later and go through those later. Now notice how I'm not really, I used the medicine cup for this one, and I think the one that I used for this is Shell Shocked. I think it's Shell Shocked. It might be Snow White. I have to go back and look. But I'm just gonna go in beside the gold in between the copper penny. And this is just because I wanted it to give like a little, yeah, that is definitely Snow White. So Snow White is the holographic white. And I wanted to go in to give it that shimmer in between, to give it like a little bit of, y'all can see it, to give it a little bit of character as far as not putting it on the white. So that was the reasoning behind that. It gives it like a So now I'm gonna go in with Shell Shocked, and this is iridescent glitter, so it mimics the background. Iridescent and polyester glitter. It mimics the background, and this kind of gives it like a greenish, whitish kind of type vibe. And then I'm also gonna go over the Snow White with it, as well as some of the Gold Mine. And I'm also not changing any of my glitter sheets, simply because everything that I'm using, I'm gonna pile it together and dump it on the bottom. So this right here looks like it's either sand dust or, yeah, I think it's sand dust. So sand dust is gonna go over Gold Mine a little bit to give it a little bit more character. I'm gonna plop it right down beside Shell Shocked. These are some of my favorite gold glitters that I'm using, and that's just to give it a little bit more character. Now, Gold Mine does have fine glitter in it, but sometimes that extra little, because this right here is like dust glitter, like dust, the finest glitter in the market. So it does give it a little bit more character. Now this one is 24 karat, I think it is. And we are going to go in with that. I'm going to scoop that into a medicine cup. And the actual names will be listed in case y'all want to go get y'all some glitters. But yeah, that's just how it is. So I'm gonna go over that, and I had to think about it for a second. Like, where do I want to go with this? But I'm gonna go over gold mine a little bit. I'm gonna go over the gold that I put in there. I'm gonna plop that right beside it, and as you can see, those colors transition into each other. That is like amazing, amazing. So I know it don't really look like nothing right now, but I promise
One thing I forgot to mention
something
is
in
make
a
sure
few.
you check for gaps.
I'm just gonna
if
go
you're
over
going
the
for a
white
glitter effect
with
the gaps.
What color is this?
Sometimes with fine and super fine
I am
glitter.
terrible.
This
or
is
ultra fine glitters.
Oh,
Wedding dress. Wedding dress is a chunky, iridescent polyester glitter. It mimics the background, so I wanted that to actually try to stay as white as it could. I went over shell shot
so
with
it, go in
but I actually took it over the white.
Finger
that was the purpose of me putting the white
and
in
really
there.
pat down that glitter.
I just wanted to give it a little bit of character, and I wanted to do 2 chunky glitters, and the rest was just fine, ultra fine, and
those
whatever.
glitters will tend to.
So we're gonna go in with another glitter
and
color.
I didn't want to do that.
And I promise y'all, I'm gonna have the glitter colors on deck, and I put that in the medicine cup because it's in a little jar. But I'm gonna go over that copper penny color from Llama,
and I mixed it up with my hand.
Because that's actually the same thing. I think the color that I use is pretty pink, and that's a fine, super fine dust glitter. And that is also going to
throwing the glitter. I mean, like,
it's also going to make it pop.
You see me flicking that glitter on that?
Because they're like, and then
look, it gives a little bit of carrots at the top.
They're one and the same. So now I'm just gonna go back over to just kind of give it a little. I kind of lost like the consistency of it. So I want to go back in, add some honey to
all
it.
I'm gonna do is
just to kind of separate the colors, give it a little bit more at the bottom, because it's a black Milky Way tumbler. It's not just
to be very
white and gold Milky Way tumbler.
because those
I do want to put some of that black back into it. So I'm just gonna go in and define it a little bit, and as you can see,
so you just want to pat it, and I'm patting it firmly.
It's pretty
because the bottom of the tumbler is hard.
And then now I'm just gonna go over my colors.
Watch me pat it, and then I'm gonna meet y'all in the second part of the lab. And
bring some character back to them, because with epoxy, you know, sometimes your glitters get lost in there and they sink in the epoxy, and it just kind of looks dull. So at this point, I'm gonna stop talking. As you guys enjoy this glitter, I might speed it up. I don't know, but here we go.
All right, y'all, we are in the second part of the lab, and this is where the chemicals go down.
No, I'm joking. But seriously, they do spray paint, epoxy, and everything. So I've already did my 2 coats of epoxy and light sanding. With any glitters, fine, super fine, ultra fine, chunky, you usually can get away with 2 coats of epoxy and some light sanding. But if you do 2 coats of epoxy and you still have to sand like it's your first or second layer, you might want to check your process of how you apply the glitter and what you do to make sure the glitter is adhered to the epoxy in the tumbler. So I did my rim, I've sanded that down good, and as you can see, I'm in the back stirring my epoxy clockwise and counterclockwise. So easy mixing, make sure you hit them sides, because them sides do matter. And if you don't mix up the whole epoxy until it turns clear, that may cause sticky epoxy, and it may cause some trouble for you along the way. So I'm gonna go in with a small amount of epoxy, because like I said, we already did 2 coats of epoxy. We already did the light sanding and everything else. So, and I have my PPE on, so make sure you have your PPE on. For most of this video, I have my PPE on. That's why I'm doing a voiceover. You want to focus on the rim, like you want to focus on it. The rim is important, okay? And again, this is not a lot of epoxy that I'm working with at all. So you just want to make sure that you're getting over all the spots Any sanding that you did, you definitely want to hit that, because the sanding tends to dull the epoxy, but once you put epoxy on it, it goes right away, right a freaking way. So that's very important. And again, it's the struggle, because this is like the first layer before you apply your glitter. You just add a little bit on. I think I did about 7.5 for this 24-ounce plump, and I probably should have did about 10. About 10. And then any extra you have, just wipe it off with your finger and stick it back in there. If you're doing extra cups, you might want to, use a popsicle stick or something, paper towel, baby wipe. Oh, excuse me. That orange juice really got me burping and all this other stuff. But yeah, I really like how it turned out. This is absolutely gorgeous. I'm obsessed with Milky Ways. A lot more Milky Ways coming. 2022. Cannot wait. But if you guys want to see how I mix my epoxy, let me know and I'll do a video just based off of me mixing epoxy. It will not be this long. It will probably be like maybe not even 2 minutes long. I might have to do it like in a reels or something. But yeah, I'll do a video. If you want to see how I sand and prep my tumblers, comment down below and I will show you how I sand and prep them. If you want to see how I prep my tumblers in between epoxy coats, let me know and I will do it, because I'm all for helping you guys, helping y'all, have the best epoxy tumblers out there. I am working on some epoxy free tumblers. That's kind of a longer process, but at the end of the day, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But as you can see, I'm letting it turn, and while I'm letting it turn, I'm over there working on other cups. Notice the Crocs in the back with the ashy ankles. No, I'm joking. And they might be ashy, because when I finish the leg, I be tired. Ain't nobody seeing my ankles. Ain't nobody seeing my feet. Nobody really seeing my legs, but sometimes my pants itchy for having them on for so long, and that moisturize kind of helps that process. I'm rambling. Okay, so I'm just gonna let it turn for a few minutes before I go in with, making this thing go pop, 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 pop. So yeah, I'll be back in like 30 seconds. So I'm mixing up some acrylic paint, and the next part, this part of the video, stopped recording after I looked at it to make sure that it was still recording. You see me step up, but the process that I did for this was in the same strokes that I did at the beginning. I took my popsicle stick at first just to line it up to give me some sense of direction. I did not use my heat gun because I did not want to, I didn't want it to shift just yet. Once I got my finger there and my popsicle stick where I needed it to go, and aligned my stuff, that's when I used the heat gun to kind of help shift the paint over a little bit, because y'all know I do my paints thick in my epoxy. As you can see, it doesn't drip, it doesn't run. So I used the heat gun to kind of blow the directions that I really wanted it to go. And for some of those, I used the popsicle stick and just dragged it along the lines of the tumbler to get these looks. Now, another part that didn't show was the foil flakes, because this was kind of all tied in together once I did my last coat of epoxy, or the next to last coat of epoxy. So all I did was mixed in the epoxy, mixed in foil flakes, stirred it up together, and applied it to the tumbler. And then my last coat, just to seal in the foil flakes, I just added the epoxy, added it over the foil flakes, and that did it. The last two clips will show the finished product with natural lighting, and I love this tumbler. I absolutely love it. I can't wait to do more. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment down below what you want me to do. Comment down below what you want me to try. Comment down below what kind of techniques you would like me to show you, and anything that you want to see on this channel. 2022, we're coming in strong. Please make sure you come back next week to see what Tumbler Doctor is working on. And as always, let's talk tumblers with Tony B. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok, the Tumbler Doctor DR_. Follow me on Facebook, the Tumbler DR_. Bye guys. See you next week.
if you're seeing this, you guys probably watched all the video, but I wanted to come back on here really quickly and reiterate, because I know doing that voiceover I was kind of fast and trying to keep up with myself on there. But all I did was I took my foil flakes and put them in a separate medicine cup. You don't have to do that, you could just put it all in one, but I did put my epoxy first before adding my foil flakes, and I mixed it together and I just spreaded it on. Once I spreaded the foil flakes on the tumbler, I let it turn for about 2 hours, and then I put my final coat of epoxy on top of it just to seal those foil flakes. Because even though you do the foil flakes in like coasters, keychains and stuff like that, you still want to make sure that you seal them, because if you don't, you can feel them, and you don't want to feel them. Your tumbler should be 100% smooth once you finish with the process. Thank you guys for watching the video. Comment down below what y'all thought, what y'all want to see, what y'all want me to do. A lot more of these coming, because I just love it to death. Again, thank you guys for watching. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, the Tumbler dr_. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time. Mwah.